So welcome back, my Wasteland wanderers. Today we're diving into Fallout, the show that asks, what if the apocalypse happened and people were somehow more annoying afterward? So grab your Radaway, an emotional support pit boy, because we're venturing into a world where humanity finally got what it deserved, a nuclear tan, and a serious case of moral decay. So Fallout takes place 200 years after humanity decided to microwave itself into oblivion. You'd think people would learn something, but nope. Turns out, post-apocalyptic America is still full of corporate ghouls, religious zealots, and people who can call bullets caps. We start with Lucy, a vault dweller so aggressively wholesome she makes Ned Flanders look like a war criminal. She lives in Vault 33, a utopian underground community where the air is filtered, the smiles are fake, and everyone looks like they were born in the 50s detergent commercial. But when her dad gets kidnapped by the Wasteland version of DoorDash, Lucy decides to head to the surface, aka Fallout's version of Florida, to save him. The surface is everything you'd expect after a few centuries of atomic chaos. Giant mutant animals, cannibals with hobbies, and a place called Shady Sands that's somehow less shady than modern politics. Lucy meets a variety of characters that make you question humanity's right to exist. There's the Ghoul, basically Clint Eastwood if he'd sunbathed in uranium instead of whiskey. He's a walking corpse with a moral compass that spins like a broken fidget spinner. Then there's Maximus, a Brotherhood of Steel recruit, who's one part soldier, one part pathological liar, and three parts guy who peaked in high school. He walks around in a power armor suit that's basically a tank, powered by ego. So Fallout somehow manages to blend the charm of vintage Americana, the subtlety of a nuke to the face. You get moral questions like, what does it mean to even be human? Are corporations inherently evil? And can you actually romance a corpse if he's technically still charismatic? The answer is yes. Yes, you can. But meanwhile, everyone's killing, looting, and smiling through radiation poisoning. The show sprinkles in some flashbacks to pre-war America, where we learn that humanity didn't just accidentally nuke itself, it actually invested in it. Corporations basically said, why fix the world when we can sell bunkers and smoothies instead? And honestly, the pre-apocalypse scenes are scarier than the Wasteland, because they look like 2024 with better fonts. Eventually, Lucy finds out her family tree is basically a horror story written by a marketing team, and her dad's more morally flexible than a yoga instructor at Chernobyl. On the end, things get explosive, quite literally. Lucy learns that the surface isn't as hopeless as it looks. It's actually way worse. The ghoul is still collecting bounties and trauma. Maximus somehow fails upward like every mediocre man in history. And we get hints of New Vegas, which means the next season's about to be a radioactive party of moral decay and slot machines. In other words, it's everything Fallout fans have ever wanted, minus Todd Howard whispering, it just works. So to recap, civilization has collapsed. Humanity didn't learn a damn thing, and Lucy's optimism is now the most dangerous weapon in the Wasteland. Fallout is a dark, brutal, hilarious, and depressingly accurate. It's Mad Max meets Leave It to Beaver if Beaver carried a plasma rifle and justified war crimes with a smile. So as we prepare for Season 2, what should we expect? Well, some new locations, bigger threats, and yes, more of that bitter American dream roasted in nuclear flame. But first up, when and how? The show is set to premiere on December 17th, 2025 on Prime Video, with 8 episodes released weekly on Wednesdays until early February 2026. So unlike Season 1's Binge Fest, we'll be stretching the radiation out, giving you time to post memes, freak out, and question your life choices each week. Next, where are we headed? The story picks up from the epic finale of Season 1 and heads into the wastelands of the Mojave, in the post-apocalyptic city of, you guessed it, New Vegas. And the cast, the returning trio, Lucy, Ghoul, and Maximus. New faces include the mysterious role played by Macaulay Culkin, described as a, well, crazy genius character. That doesn't seem quite right, does it? But, okay, big picture time. What thematic bombs are they going to drop? Well, how about power, corruption, and ruined ideals? After a nuclear apocalypse, you think people would learn. But nope. Season 2 will dig even deeper into how factions grab control, how idealism turns into tyranny, and how our own vault dwellers must choose between innocence and survival. We're not just wandering dusty deserts anymore. New Vegas' promises neon lights, casinos, organized crime, and presumably a death claw. Yes, the iconic monster from the game, showing its ugly self. So the show is always played with characters who are neither heroes nor villains. Season 2 will crank that up. The Ghoul might still do awful things. Lucy may stop being so naive. And Maximus? Well, Maximus will probably still think power armor makes him cool. But for the gamers, the game lore with a twist. So yes, there will be nods to the game franchise. But the show isn't just copying game beats. It's weaving its own story. Expect vault lore, mysterious tech, and big reveals about what caused the Great War. So alright, Wastelanders, that's my dark glowing recap of Fallout. Hit the like button like it's a super mutant charging at you. Drop your favorite Fallout perk in the comments. And subscribe before Vault Tech replaces me with a smiling android version of myself. Until next time, stay weird, stay irradiated, and remember, war, oh war, never changes.